Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Biblical Stories channel. Today, we have something truly fascinating to share with you, something that will surely make you think. Have you ever wondered about Jesus' childhood? We know so much about his adult life and miracles, but there's a period of his life that's shrouded in mystery. His youth. Imagine a boy with powers that defy the laws of nature, performing miracles that would leave anyone amazed. Would you be surprised to know there are lesser-known accounts of these extraordinary events? Miracles so astonishing they'll challenge everything you thought you knew about Jesus, from giving life to clay birds to resurrecting dead children. These accounts reveal a young Jesus with a divine power beyond imagination. But why aren't these miracles in the Bible we know? What other astonishing stories have remained in the shadows? Get ready for a trip back in time, to an era when the divine and the supernatural manifested in the life of a child. Discover the 10 most incredible miracles from Jesus' childhood, based on ancient texts that have withstood the test of time and skepticism. Each story is more fascinating than the last, and we promise you won't be able to stop watching until the very end. Before we dive into these hidden and mysterious accounts, we invite you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming videos, where we unveil the darkest and most fascinating secrets of biblical history. Let's begin. One of the most famous miracles attributed to Jesus during his childhood is truly fascinating. One Saturday, when Jesus was about 5 years old, he was playing by a stream in his village. With great skill, he began shaping 12 clay birds with his own hands. The village children gathered around, curious to see what Jesus was doing. After carefully shaping each bird, Jesus paused to admire his work. Then, with a simple breath, the clay birds came to life and began to fly, filling the air with their songs. The adults, who were initially outraged by what they considered work on the Sabbath, were stunned to witness the miracle. Their faces reflected a mix of surprise and awe as they watched the birds soar. This event, narrated in the Infancy Gospel of Thomas, chapter 2, demonstrates Jesus' creative and divine abilities from an early age. Though not recorded in the canonical Gospels, it highlights the early recognition of Jesus' divinity in Christian tradition. This miracle is significant because it underscores Jesus' creative power, paralleling God's power in the creation of the world. Jesus, always clever and creative, often played near a stream close to his home. One day, while enjoying the water, he used the mud and water from the stream to create several small pools. Each pool reflected his skill and ability to shape things with his hands. However, a boy passing by, upset for some reason, decided to destroy Jesus' pools by stirring the water and mud. In response, Jesus stared at the boy and with a single word made the water disappear, leaving the pools dry. This miracle, narrated in the Infancy Gospel of Thomas, chapter 3, demonstrates Jesus' control over nature, even in everyday situations. This act not only reflects his divine authority and power from a young age, but also illustrates his ability to respond to injustice supernaturally, setting boundaries and showing that, even as a child, Jesus did not tolerate destruction without cause. This miracle also serves as a reminder of Jesus' patience and power to transform negative circumstances into moments of teaching and wonder. During one of his walks through the fields near his home, Jesus came across a wilted and dry plant. Moved by compassion and an innate desire to restore life, Jesus gently touched the plant and spoke a few words. In an instant, the plant revived, bursting with life and vibrant greenery. This miracle, described in the Apocryphal text, symbolizes Jesus' ability to give life and restore what is dead or deteriorated. The plant's restoration not only amazed those who witnessed it, but it also foreshadows his adult ministry, where he would perform numerous acts of healing and resurrection. This event highlights Jesus' ability to infuse life into his surroundings, showing his deep connection with nature and his divine power to transform desolation into vitality. This miracle can also be seen as a sign of Jesus' promise to bring new life and hope through his presence and actions. While playing in the fields, a close friend of Jesus was bitten by a poisonous snake. The venom began to take effect quickly, causing great pain and putting the boy's life in danger. Jesus, without wasting any time, approached his friend, touched the wound, and prayed with fervor and authority. In an instant, the venom vanished from the boy's body, and his health was fully restored. This miracle, narrated in the Infancy Gospel of Thomas, chapter 16, highlights Jesus' healing power even from a young age. This act of healing reflects Jesus' compassion and his ability to divinely intervene in critical moments, offering an early glimpse of the many healing miracles he would perform in his adult life. Not only did he save his friend's life, but he also sparked the faith and admiration of the villagers toward the divine power of Jesus. This event highlights Jesus' ability to protect and heal, showing his deep care and concern for those around him. His intervention was not only an act of compassion, but also a tangible demonstration of his authority and the presence of the divine in his life, even in his childhood. One day, while playing on the rooftops of the village houses, a neighbor's child slipped and fell to the ground, dying instantly from the severity of the fall. The child's parents, overwhelmed with grief, cried out desperately for help. Jesus, seeing the suffering of the parents, was deeply moved. With determination, he approached the child's body, took his hand, and commanded him with authority to rise. To the astonishment of everyone present, the child came back to life, healthy and whole. This miracle, also found in the Apocryphal texts, demonstrates Jesus' authority over life and death, foreshadowing the resurrections he would later perform in his adult ministry, such as that of Lazarus, John 11:44. This event highlights Jesus' profound power and his ability to console and restore hope in moments of despair. Moreover, it emphasizes Jesus' compassion and his willingness to intervene to alleviate human suffering, strengthening the community's faith in his divine power. The resurrection of the child not only brought joy and relief to his family, but it also served as a powerful testimony to Jesus' power to restore life and transform sorrow into joy. In the village, there lived a carpenter who earned his living through his craft. One day, while working in his workshop, he had an accident and deeply cut his foot with an axe. The wound was so severe that it seemed impossible to heal without proper medical intervention. Jesus, upon hearing of the accident and seeing the man's distress, approached him with compassion, touched his wounded foot, and prayed fervently. In an instant, the wound healed, and the carpenter's foot was completely restored. This miracle demonstrates Jesus' ability to heal physical wounds supernaturally, showing his divine power and concern for human needs. This event not only alleviated the carpenter's pain, but also reflected Jesus' compassion for those who are injured or suffering, and his ability to provide immediate relief. Furthermore, it highlights the connection between everyday work and divine intervention, showing that Jesus can transform even the most mundane situations into opportunities to manifest his healing power. The healing of the carpenter not only allowed the man to continue his work, but it also strengthened the faith of those who witnessed the miracle. In a neighboring village, a child fell gravely ill due to a rapidly spreading disease. Despite the efforts of his family and local healers, the child succumbed to the illness and died. The news of his passing caused great shock and sorrow among the villagers. Jesus, upon hearing of the tragedy, was deeply moved by the family's grief. Determined to help, Jesus visited the house of the deceased child. With a sincere prayer and a healing touch, Jesus brought the child back to life, returning him to the arms of his mother. This miracle, although narrated in non-canonical texts, reaffirms Jesus' power to overcome death and restore life. This act of resurrection foreshadows his own victory over death and his promise of eternal life to those who believe in him. Furthermore, this miracle strengthens the community's faith in Jesus' divine power and his ability to perform extraordinary acts of compassion and healing. The resurrection of the child brought comfort and joy to his family and served as a powerful testimony of Jesus' love and mercy. This miracle also emphasizes the promise of hope and renewal that Jesus offers, even in the darkest and most desperate moments. In the village, there lived a child who was born blind, facing tremendous challenges in his daily life. This child had never seen the light of day, nor the faces of his loved ones. One day, as Jesus was passing through the village, he noticed the boy and felt deep compassion for his situation. Moved by the desire to ease his suffering, Jesus approached the boy, gently touched his eyes, and spoke words of healing. Instantly, the boy regained his sight and was able to see for the first time, filling his heart and the hearts of his family with joy and amazement. This miracle highlights Jesus' ability to give sight to the blind. an act of mercy and divine power. This event foreshadows the many blind healings Jesus would perform during his ministry, such as the healing of the blind man in John 9:17, showing his power to transform lives through his divine intervention. Furthermore, this miracle emphasizes the importance of sight not only in the physical sense, but also as a metaphor for spiritual enlightenment and the discovery of truth. The restoration of the boy's sight not only improved his quality of life, but also served as a powerful symbol of Jesus' ability to bring clarity and understanding to those who are in darkness. While playing in the fields, Jesus' brother James was bitten by a poisonous snake. The bite caused a rapid and dangerous reaction in his body. Without hesitation, Jesus took James's foot, prayed fervently, and drew out the venom. Instantly, James was healed. This miracle highlights Jesus' ability to protect and heal those close to him, demonstrating his divine power and his personal care for his family. This event illustrates Jesus' constant concern for those around him and his willingness to use his divine power for the well-being of others. This miracle not only saved his brother's life, but it also strengthened the trust and love within his family. The healing of James was a testimony of Jesus' power and compassion, serving as a constant reminder of his ability to intervene miraculously in times of danger. This event also emphasizes the importance of family in Jesus' life, showing that his love and care extended both to his loved ones and to strangers. A boy from the neighborhood, in a fit of anger, struck Jesus during a game. In response, Jesus fixed his gaze on the boy, and the child fell dead instantly. The boy's mother, desperate and filled with grief, pleaded with Jesus to bring him back to life. Moved by her anguish and repentance, Jesus resurrected the boy, demonstrating both his divine power and his compassion and capacity for forgiveness. This miracle showcases the duality of Jesus' power, his authority over life and death, and his boundless mercy. This event emphasizes Jesus' ability to forgive and heal, even in situations of conflict, highlighting his willingness to offer second chances. The resurrection of the boy not only alleviated his mother's pain, but also served as a powerful testimony of Jesus' ability to transform conflict into reconciliation and love. This miracle underscores the importance of forgiveness and compassion in Jesus' life and teachings, showing that his divine power was always accompanied by deep love and mercy. It is important to note that, while these apocryphal texts are not part of the official New Testament, they provide a rich narrative tradition that has captured the imagination of many generations. They show us how the early Christian communities sought to understand and express the divinity of Jesus, not only in his adult life and ministry, but also in his childhood. In the canonical Gospels, there are few mentions of Jesus' childhood. The Gospels of Matthew and Luke offer the most details about his birth and early years. In Matthew 2:1-3, the visit of the Magi from the east and the flight to Egypt to escape the massacre ordered by King Herod are recounted. In Luke 2:14-40, the birth of Jesus in Bethlehem, the visit of the shepherds, and the presentation of Jesus at the temple are described. One of the few additional mentions of his childhood can be found in Luke 2:41-52, where, at the age of 12, Jesus astonishes the teachers in the Temple of Jerusalem with his wisdom. However, the canonical Gospels do not provide many details about his childhood, nor mention miracles performed by Jesus during this stage of his life. This is where the Apocryphal Gospels come in, which are texts written in the early centuries of Christianity, but were not included in the official canon of the New Testament. Although they are not considered inspired or authoritative by most Christian traditions, these texts offer a fascinating and astonishing view of Jesus' childhood. We have come to the end of this fascinating journey through the lesser-known miracles of Jesus' childhood. I hope these stories have sparked your curiosity and made you see Jesus' life from a completely new perspective. But this is just the beginning. There are many more mysteries to discover and surprising accounts to uncover. Before we say goodbye, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell. You won't want to miss the upcoming videos where we'll continue unraveling the deepest and most astonishing secrets of biblical history. Every week, we'll bring you new stories that will leave you breathless and make you question everything you know. So if you're ready to keep exploring the unexplained and the hidden, subscribe now and join our community of truth seekers. See you next time. And remember, the greatest mysteries are always just a breath away from being revealed. See you in the next video.